it's Jessii Vee, and man, do I have a video for you. Okay, so guys, as you know, I did a video the other day about my hospital experience, which means that I have been on antibiotics for about 7 days now. And for some reason, I don't know why, I don't even know if this happens to anybody else but me, but whenever I am on antibiotics, I always have the weirdest, most vivid, just craziest dreams imaginable. And it's so strange because during the day, I have no like bad side effects from being on these antibiotics, but whenever I'm like sleeping, I always wake up with the weirdest dream. So I guess today's theme of video is my antibiotic dreams, because all the dreams I'm about to tell you happened in this past week while I was on medication, so there you go. That is such a weird theme and such a weird thing to describe to you guys, but it's my reality, so I really have to get my dream journal again because I've just been writing my dreams down in the notes on my phone and they're so frustrating to find. And I just miss actually holding my dream journal. Remember those videos? I miss those. I just don't know where I put it. I don't even know how long this video is gonna be because I have so much to tell you guys. Okay, but before I get started, I know I keep saying this, but I wanna make sure that everyone has a chance to hear this because I know that not everybody watches every single one of my videos. They kind of pick and choose. So if you did not know yet, if you want to win this backdrop behind me, all you have to do is subscribe to my vlogs channel. The link is down below in the description. And then your second thing to do is go to the video titled How Bulldogs Open Presents and comment your favorite part of that video. It's just 2 steps and you are entered. Going to be announcing the winner at the end of this month, and yeah, I tried to just explain that as fast as possible. So let's start with the first dream, and this is literally in order. So this is the very night that I first had my medication, so here we go. And this one's actually kind of a serious one, like it's not really funny at all. So if you guys didn't know, my sister was severely bullied in high school. She actually did a whole video about it on her channel. So if you haven't heard that yet, definitely pause this video, go to Mandy's channel and watch that because it will describe to you everything she went through. It was absolutely horrid. She was actually pulled out of school for it. My mom actually wrote a whole entire book about her experience being bullied and mothering a daughter who was bullied. So if you want to read my mom's book as well, it is on my merch website. So there's a lot of, research and info you guys can have, but if you know about it already, I will definitely tell you the dream right now. So I had this dream that it was my sister, Ty, me, a couple of my friends, a couple of my sister's friends, and we all went to this random person's house for a party. And it's weird because in your dream, you never get any like details. So I don't know whose house this was. I don't know how we got there. The dream just started with us in this random person's house having a party. So all of a sudden there's a knock at the door. I go and answer it, and in walks a group of 5 of Mandy's bullies. And they seemed super nice when they walked in the door. They just greeted me. They're like, "Hey, haven't seen you in so long." I just like walked right in. Mandy saw him and she was like, "Why the heck are they here? Like they're not welcome here. How do they even know about this party?" Like it was just so bizarre how they just walked in like everything was normal. They sat down at a table and like it was really weird. So I looked to Mandy and I'm like, just act normal, act civil. If they say anything to you, I will definitely defend you. Maybe they forgot about what happened. I don't know, I was trying to rationalize why the heck they were there. So then all of a sudden, one of the main bullies in the group, you know how there's always like that leader? Well, she looks at Mandy and I and she's like, "So Mandy, remember high school when we bullied you?" And they were just like laughing about it. And they kept talking about things like, "Oh, the reason why we bullied you is because you were a loner." And they just kept kind of like putting comments out there and trying to relive what they did to her. So I was like, that's it. And I literally leaned over the table and grabbed this girl's hair and like pulled it, and I was like, "Get out of this house right now." And it's so weird because in the dream it actually felt like I felt the anger dreaming this, and it felt like I actually leaned over and like grabbed her hair and like pulled it, which in real life, like I am not a violent person. I'm not aggressive. I would not do that type of thing. I mean, maybe if I saw Mandy's bullies I would. just kidding. But I was like, "Get out now." And she was so scared and she's like, "Come on guys, let's go." And she like, her and her posse like walked out, and I'm like, "See Mandy, I would defend you." And it was just so weird. Anyways, that's not the end of the dream. So now we're all just hanging out in this house. Mandy's bullies finally left. We're having a great time. And suddenly we get another knock at the door. And this time I don't answer it right away. I look out the window, and standing outside the door, there's these 5 really big, scary looking men. And I was like, okay, we definitely did not invite them, so I'm not gonna open open the door. But then they start like banging on the door and it's so loud and so scary and they're like, open up right now. So Ty looks at us and he's like, okay, everybody go upstairs and hide right now. So we all run up the stairs and Ty's like, I'm just gonna call 911. So he calls the police, and it's weird because in the dream they arrive in like 20 seconds. Like usually it takes probably about 5 minutes or so, but they arrive like that, you know? So we see the police pull up in the driveway and suddenly these guys who are at the front door transform themselves into fake policemen. So they walk out to the driveway to the real policemen and they're like, oh, like, don't worry, we got this. Like the station must have sent out 2 squads. Like, don't worry, you guys can head back home. Like, we'll take care of this. And the real police officers believe these fake police officers and the real police officers drove off. I have no idea if this dream is making any sense to you guys at all. All I'm saying though is that these guys were now left to attack us because the real police officers left. So Ty ran up the stairs to hide with us and the guys broke in the house and they were like looking around the house, and the whole rest of the dream I was like hiding underneath a bed trying to stay away from them, and it was such a scary dream. And then I woke up and I'm like, what the heck was that? So in the next dream I had, it was Christmas time again in my dream, but this was like, I don't know, January 2nd or 3rd. And during Christmas time, Ty's parents came and stayed with us because they live in Alberta, so they came to Ontario to stay with us. So in the dream, it was like back in time and Ty's parents were just arriving. So they rang the doorbell, came in the house, they were hanging out with us. It was a really great time, and for some reason they had to leave back home the same day they came. So I was like super sad and I'm like, you guys are leaving already? And they were like, yes, we have to. And it was like really, really sad. But on the way back, Ty's dad goes to the closet and goes to take his coat, but he takes out my coat, which is definitely totally different from his. Like my coat is like really long, like really like puffy, and it has like all the ridges on it. Like it's like a totally like girly, like crazy coat, you know what I mean? So he pulls that out and he's like, okay, bye. And I'm like, wait, no, like that's my coat. Like you're holding my coat, that's not your coat. And he was like, no, it's my coat. I was like, no, it's not your coat. And he was like, yes, it is. And the whole dream was us saying like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. And like, it was so weird. And then he just left with my coat. And I was like, all right, like maybe it'll look better on him anyway. Like it was the weirdest dream. Like I woke up, I told Ty the dream, he was dying laughing, and I'm like, your dad would never even do that. Like why was that a dream? Okay, the next dream is so creepy. So I can't tell you who the dream is about because it's about a person in our real life that would not be happy about us talking about who this is. But I had this dream that Mandy was over here at my house. Well, she does live here, but like she was upstairs like in my room of this house here, this real house here. And we're just sitting and chatting on our bed, and suddenly we hear the shower in the washroom turn on. And I was like, Mandy, no one else is home but you and I, so who just turned on the shower? And Mandy was like, I don't know, like maybe something just happened, maybe there's a logical explanation. And I'm like, that's really creepy. So we walk over to the washroom and the door is closed and the light is on and we can still hear the shower going. So Mandy's like, okay, I'll open it, don't worry. So she starts to turn the knob and she opens the door. And for some reason in my dream, my shower has shower curtains, even though in real life it's just like a glass shower. But in my dream there were shower curtains and we can see like a shadow of somebody behind the curtains. And so Mandy was really brave in the dream and she grabbed the curtain and like pulled it back, and standing in the shower fully clothed, but she was getting totally wet, like I don't know why she was standing in the shower, was one of Mandy's ex-friends. And I can't say who it is because it's just, that would not be a good thing. But it's someone that Mandy is not in good standings with right now. And she was like, wait, why are you in our house? Like, why are you hiding in our shower? And she was like,
I just wanted to listen in on your conversation. Like, I'm not a stalker, I swear. Like, I just wanted to be in here and listen to you guys.
And we were like, no, that's like the definition of stalker. Please leave. And like, she literally walked out of our house soaking wet and just like left. And it was so bizarre and so creepy. I actually haven't even told Mandy about this dream yet, so I definitely have to, because when she hears who the person is, she's gonna be like, ooh. But also that makes sense. Okay, this next dream is so random. So I had a dream that there was a new Harry Potter movie, and like not like a Fantastic Beasts sort of thing. It was actually following the last Harry Potter movie that came out years ago. There was like a next one showing like Harry Potter and his son, and like it was like a continuation of Harry Potter. And so all these previews were coming out, like all these trailers, and people were getting so hyped up and excited to see it. And so the first day it came out, I made sure to be there in the theater, which I would actually do in real life. So we're sitting in the theater and suddenly the movie comes on. We're all so hyped. Everyone's clapping. Everyone's so excited. And then the whole movie is this old man sitting in a wand shop going through every single different kind of wand and talking about like how you use it. So just picture like this old man with a table in front of him and he's like,
okay, so this wand is made out of dragon hair and sometimes you can like use it to kill somebody, but if you don't want to, that's fine. Okay.
And then he sets it aside and he's like,
and then this wand is made out of an antler ear and
an antler ear?
and this one is made out of glass, so if you use it too hard, it will break. Okay.
And he puts it down.
And then this one is made out of an umbrella, but it's actually not. It's just disguised as a wand.
And it's just the whole movie, like 2.5 hours, this old man describing every wand that ever existed. And then the movie ends and everyone in the theater was like,
boo! We want to see Harry Potter!
It just didn't go well. So it was like the entire world was like clickbaited by these trailers because it was just an old man and wands. So it was really weird. Okay, and then I have one last dream. So as you guys know, my celebrity crush has always been Ian Somerhalder. The reason why I really liked him was because I watched Vampire Diaries all through high school, and Ian Somerhalder's character is Damon in the show, and I think I'm more like obsessed with Damon and not actual Ian Somerhalder, but like they're the same person, you know what I mean? I was actually obsessed with Vampire Diaries, and I've kind of gotten over that phase, but I still binge it every once in a while. Anyways though, in my dream, I was at this cottage. I was with a bunch of my friends. It was this huge, gorgeous cottage. We were all hanging out. And there was this one point where I was standing in the washroom with one of my friends and we were just brushing our hair. And suddenly Ian Somerhalder burst through the bathroom door and he was holding a clipboard. And I was like, firstly, I was like shocked. I'm like, wait, are you actually Ian Somerhalder? And he was like,
yes, I am.
And then I was like, but okay, why did you just walk into the bathroom? Like, that's so rude. Anyways though, he walks right up to me and he's like,
do you want to see my plans?
And I'm like, your plans? What do you mean your plans? And he shows me this clipboard, and on a clipboard he's created like a map. Like he's drawn a layout of a house, and inside the house he drew a ton of stick people. So it was almost like a crowd of people inside of a house, and that was his drawing. And he was like,
do you like my plan?
And I was like, I don't really understand it. So you drew like a crowd of people inside a small house. Like, what does that mean? And he was like,
well, I can show you my plan.
And I was like, okay. I don't know why I said okay, because in real life I'd be like, you're a creep, please leave. I don't care that you're Ian Somerhalder. You're good looking, but you're creeping me out. So anyways, he snatched me up in his arms and he's like taking me out of the cottage. And then I was like, wait, this was a really bad idea. Anyways, he walks down the street and takes me into another cottage. And he was like,
here's my plan in real life.
And I walk in and he has kidnapped so many people that they're all just squished inside this cottage. And that's when it made sense to me that the drawing he had on the clipboard was him drawing every single person he kidnapped inside this small house. And he's like,
well, now you're a part of my plan too.
And he drew me in that picture and I was like, oh my gosh, I just walked into a trap. And then he like pulls off his mask, so he's not actually Ian Somerhalder, he's this creepy dude. Do you know what he looked like? You know that creepy dude from The Lovely Bones? He looked just like that. And I was like, what have I gotten myself into? The dream ended and I woke up. So yeah. Anyways, those were all of my dreams that I've had in the past week. I've never had so many in one small time span, so I just had to make this video for you guys. It'd be so cool to like animate my dreams or somehow just make them come to life. I think it would just be so funny. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this really weird video, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!